Hey, thank you for tuning in. And today we're going to be talking about anxiety. So I thought it'd be interesting to do a short video on this because I've been feeling really anxious this week and recently. So I wanted to share just a bit of a flow of my thoughts around anxiety, and just wanted to be really honest and authentic around how I experience it and what I feel about it, and thought it might help some of you guys. So anxiety is something that I know is natural. You know, ever since we've been on this planet, we will have felt anxiety. I think the issue for me is that anxiety just doesn't just come and go. Sometimes it sticks around for really long periods of time and it becomes very intense in a sort of a really intense wave that can just come on me. It can come on and last for an hour or two, it can come on and last for a day, a week, longer. And for me, it's very much a fear, so I become really fearful. That fear is rooted in a feeling of not knowing what's going to happen, not being able to predict or control where things are going in certain things in my life, and feeling vulnerable, feeling disempowered. And from that, for me, lots of questions come into my mind, lots of scenarios. It's like whatever the subject is that's causing that anxiety, anytime I've heard anyone discuss that subject, or I've heard it on the news, or friends or family or whoever talking about that, it's like all of that information comes rushing to the forefront of my mind, and I feel overwhelmed and completely panicked about the situation. Physically, I feel fear, I feel it in my tummy, I feel like it's kind of like this rock in my stomach, or other times I'll feel it in my chest. I'll take a breath in and I'll feel like this sharp pain in my chest. And a lot of the time I feel it up in my throat, like a lump. Like when you're upset about something and you get that lump, and it makes it very difficult to open up and talk about how you're feeling. So it's very physical, it's like this physical fear, and the catastrophizing and the not knowing and the what ifs. It just rises up and it feels like this hot, intense emotion, this fear, this anxiety that comes up in me. I kind of think of it as like a tiger. So I've got this within me, I've got these dual elements. I've got this tiger that, if this fear and this tiger is not allowed to roam and stretch its legs and hunt and be free, it gets restless, it feels imprisoned. And if I don't talk about my anxiety and I don't share it with someone, this gets stronger and stronger, this kind of raging tiger that's going on in my body and in my mind. And it really prevents me from feeling the deer in my heart. So the deer, which is this really powerful but very sort of quiet and easily startled feeling, which is my intuition, which is in my heart, which is telling me, you know, what I really need to hear, but it's this whisper. And when this tiger's raging, there is just no chance of hearing this whisper, this deer that wants to be heard, but it's just startled and runs away. And that's the kind of way that I experience the anxiety. So it comes up for me physically, it comes up for me mentally in these circular thoughts that just take over sometimes. And it's that, like I say, it's that not knowing and that not being in control that I find so difficult. The thing that really helps me with anxiety, and if you resonate or feel like you feel any of those things that I've just mentioned, is to talk to people. Anxiety is contagious in the sense that if you spend time around people that are very anxious, and if you are living in a society that's perpetually anxious like it is here in the UK, and I think a lot of other places across the world now, we're all in this constant state of anxiety and like high emotion, and not very much time to just be still and be quiet and have those genuine, meaningful conversations and connections with people. So if you've got someone that you can talk to about your anxiety, please do. It really, really helps to share it with someone that you can feel like you can be vulnerable with, and just putting it out there and saying, I've been feeling really anxious recently and these thoughts come over me and these emotions and I'm finding it really hard. That may be the thing that helps you to get through, makes it a little bit easier, makes it dissipate. So if you've got someone you can talk to, let it out. Just let them know how you're feeling. There are groups, there are people online, there are physical groups through charities like Mind, all the links will be below, that can potentially help you with your anxiety. And just hang in there, like I'm hanging in there, and know that it's not going to last forever. It's a phase, it'll pass. And the more that you can find ways to talk about it and to let that tiger out and just, let that emotion free. Emotion is energy in motion. You've got to let that energy out. So hang in there if you're feeling anxious. I'm with you. I'm here for you. And I will see you next week for another video. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.